FYI, the first time we did this, we mumble jumbled a little bit, but it was much better than this one. Hi, I'm Peter.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And we are with cookingwithcsa.com, home of the seasonal recipe subscription.
And today we're going to be talking about healthy eating in social situations. Us personally, we have been in situations where healthy choices are not an option. And
Almost any situation that you could possibly think of.
yeah. So today we're going to go over some possible situations that you might find yourself in and give you some resources to help you through those situations, things that you can do, things that you can bring.
So the first one is birthday parties. You have like the birthday parties, that are kind of like out at a fancy restaurant, but we're kind of talking about like the birthday like casual parties, at somebody's house. So in these situations, you could just eat before. You can maybe bring some food, nothing, too like, so something that's pretty like self-contained that you can just like quickly eat. But probably better to just like bring a snack, maybe like eat before and then have a snack.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely say that birthday parties, like Peter said, not like the fancy birthday parties, there's kind of two, but birthday parties just at someone's house. I think that it's fine to not eat at the birthday party, but just to bring a snack. But I think the real key to surviving birthday parties is going to be the cake. Because at birthday parties, there's always cake. Everybody wants
dessert.
cake. And healthy eating should not mean deprivation. So my advice to you would be bring a treat for yourself.
You don't want to be left out.
You don't want to be left out, and it is a celebration. So there's no reason why you should feel like you don't get to celebrate.
Absolutely. And people will see you bringing the more healthy option, and you are now the role model in that situation.
Yeah, and some options that you could bring would be, a piece of dark chocolate. Carry it in your bag. Some dried mango, that's a good option. Or if you really like cake and you don't think you could go a birthday party without cake, I would say get a piece of cake.
Get a piece of cake.
They sell slices of cakes at natural food stores. Get a piece of cake and bring it with you. It might be weird at first, but eating healthy, it's a journey, and like you shouldn't have to sacrifice your standards.
And a lot of people get it. They just get it these days. It's the difference is you are taking that next step and having a little bit more self-control, you're planning a little bit more, and you're taking your health just a little bit more seriously.
And lastly, one more option would be, you could volunteer to bring the cake, and that could be your contribution to the birthday party,
Absolutely, why not?
Yeah, why not? And then everybody gets healthy cake.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, enough with birthday parties already. Let's just roll into the next one, weddings. Sarah,
Go to the wedding.
Go ahead.
So weddings are a little bit trickier. For weddings, I would say figure out what they're serving for the dinner. Find out if there's a way that it can fit your needs. If it's, hamburgers and meat and you don't eat meat, find out if you can get a big plate of vegetables. See if it's self-serve. Maybe you could serve yourself up some stuff. Don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah, for sure. And also, like, if you're a woman, you've got the purse on your side. Guys don't really, your pockets can really only hold so much, but you can stash a lot of little goodies in that purse of yours. So
Definitely.
I would definitely take advantage of that, because you could go hours and hours, on snacks. So.
She thinks we have really big purses. Well, yeah, I think that's great advice. And also, a lot of times you drive to the wedding, so your car is perfect place to store snacks and food.
Sure.
Even put a cooler in your car. That's a little bit much, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we're at with it's kind of like road trip style, but
all the time.
Just with but once again, you're making it happen. You're taking it seriously, and that's kind of what it takes. It seems weird, to everybody else, but that's you just kind of have to just do it yourself.
Yeah. But going back to the weddings, if you don't want to be eating your food in there, then just excuse yourself to your car for a little bit and eat out there. And it's kind of lonely, especially at a wedding. You don't want to leave the party. Recruit someone to come with you. Have a healthy eating buddy. It makes it a lot easier. I know I don't feel as much pressure, when I have Peter with me who's eating something healthy. So ask a friend to join you outside for a second. So,
Yeah, that's good. Okay, and how about the next situation, which would be going out to dinner. Okay, so your friends, so Sarah, your friends want to go out to dinner, and you're going along.
Okay.
And what's your strategy?
So strategy number one is if it's my friends that are going out to dinner, then I definitely am gonna have a say into where we go to dinner. So I would say become friends with Yelp. Figure out what restaurants meet both of your needs. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan and your friends are meat eaters, then find a place that has vegan options.
Scope them out.
Yeah, Yelp is great. You can type in the search options vegan and it'll pop up and tell you, if someone said, yeah, they have vegan options. So that's definitely something if you're going out with your friends. I think it gets a little bit more tricky when, you're going out with maybe like some work friends or business partners or something. In that case, and you don't have a say in the restaurant, I would say don't be afraid to ask your waiter. Figure out if they can do a salad for you. Most places can. Brown rice. Almost every restaurant these days has brown rice. And don't feel like it has to be dinner and it has to fill you up. You just need to get something in your stomach so you're eating. And that way, when the dinner's over, you can go home and eat something more substantial.
That's good. Okay, so next situation. How
Okay.
about a picnic or barbecue?
I like picnics or barbecues because I feel like they're very chill environments. There's no like pressure. Everybody can kind of bring
Very
something.
Easygoing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's always kind of like potluck style anyways.
Yeah.
So this is a great way, this is a good chance for you to bring some of the stuff that you have been making
Yeah.
and show some of your friends and family kind of like what's going on with you, and they're going to appreciate it. Everybody appreciates healthier food except for the ones that are, diehard against it.
Definitely, yeah. Barbecues and picnics, I would say bring something for yourself to throw on the grill. Bring something for everyone to try. That's great advice. So yeah.
Okay, so the next one on the list is going to need a little bit of clarification from you,
Okay.
and it is meeting someone for the first time.
So yeah, when I was thinking of this one, I was thinking of, maybe you are meeting your significant other's parents for the first time, or their grandparents, or an aunt, or somebody you really want to impress. And so then it gets a little bit trickier because you don't want to come off as picky or like you don't appreciate their food. So I would say what I would do in that situation is I would offer to bring something that you're gonna mostly eat, and then make sure it's big enough so that you can share it. And then another option would be have your significant other or the person who really knows these people explain your diet beforehand.
Key, very key. They're more understanding than you might think.
Yeah.
And yeah, making sure that if this is the situation where you're going in with your significant other, kind of like making sure you guys are on the same page and kind of figuring out like how you're going to approach that, because the vast majority of people are willing to work with you.
So many people these days have allergies to things. They are on a certain diet or, they're watching their weight or something. And I think people are willing to accommodate. They might kind of be like, oh, why don't you eat this or that? But just tell them your reasons and I'm sure they'd be more than understanding about it. And even if they aren't, it doesn't matter. Like it's your body. It's going to be like what you do. Just make sure that you're equipped.
Finally, the big elephant in the room, it seems like, is holidays.
Ooh, holidays gets
You
tricky.
can't even get through a full month without hitting a holiday. So, I guess depending on the holiday, Sarah, what would you do? What would you recommend for the holiday situation and sticking with your healthy eating?
Yeah, so holidays are tricky because I don't know about your family, but in my family, in Peter's family, holidays usually mean like a big spread of food. So what I like to do, what we've done in the past, is think of something that you don't have all the time but you really like it, and then make that and then bring that, and that's kind of like that's what you're eating, like that's your main thing.
Just try and keep it to just one thing.
Yeah, so to wrap that up, as you can see from those, there are a few things that you can do that kind of fit into all of those. Some traits to pick up, some skills to learn. And so those are, get comfortable with planning. Plan ahead. Pack your own food. Like, those are super important. Another thing is, you can't really be a backseat driver in your health, so speak up. You have to say, where you want to go to eat. If you need to be home by a certain time so you can get food, say that. No one can read your mind.
Yeah, because otherwise your priorities, they really do take the back seat, and now somebody else's priorities are in line. And a lot of times when it comes to food, it's whatever tastes good, and there's so many ways that you can come to a compromise, and you can get stuff that tastes good, but it is also healthy.
Yeah, definitely. And then I would say be comfortable using Yelp. Yelp is a great source when eating out, figuring out, where's a healthy option nearby. So definitely download that app.
Yeah, absolutely. And in Yelp, you can also, there's this little like search option too, that if a place has like 450 reviews, there's a little search bar that you can type in keywords for like salad, or like, even just like the word healthy, because a lot of people, like, if they're into that, they are definitely going to be noting that if they have it or if they don't on Yelp.
And now we want to hear from you. Have you ever been in a social setting with no healthy options? How did you handle that?
Leave a comment on our blog.
And then if this video speaks to you, then share. No, if this
on our blog.
if this video can help someone feel free to share it. And if you need a healthy recipe for one of your upcoming social settings, check out our seasonal recipe subscription. I'm sure there's a perfect recipe for your upcoming event.
Absolutely. And FYI, the first time we did this, we mumble jumbled a little bit, but there was a much better than this.